Hey guys, and welcome back. The best way I could describe the conditions we just drove through is raining fucking sideways. So all the detailing and prepping of the car I did was all in vain because it just got soaked. So much for that. Either way, we are on our way to Wookies in the Woods. And if for some reason you don't know what Wookies in the Woods is, I would describe it as probably one of the best driving events or car events you could attend. I originally attended this event for the first time way back in 2009. I don't think back then it was even called Wookies in the Woods. It was just a bunch of guys organized on VW Vortex by Northeast R, and we all went up to drive in the mountains. And then since then it has become a huge event. It's non-for-profit and it's all about collecting money for cancer research and just for the community. There's nothing better than a bunch of R32s and Golf Rs on some cool back roads in the mountains and just a community of cars and everybody else that's involved in it. This year I'm flying solo, but I am much better prepared for it. I got some proper radios so we could communicate, because one of the beauties of this event that there is no cell phone reception up there. There's one area on the whole property that has reception or any type of internet, so you kind of forget about the outside world and social media and all that stuff and just focus on the event and the community. I also printed out and have the event guide, because last year we just kind of went off the cuff. This year I actually want to take the time to attend all the little mini events, the driving events, barbecues, beer swaps, and everything that all these people organize to get a better sense of the full event. So I'm going to try to record all of it. I'm going to be just doing it selfie point type of thing with the GoPro, but I want to get it all on tape so you guys can kind of get an idea of what the event is about, and hopefully if you have a Golf R and R32, you could attend the event. This year is a little bit more special because it is the 20th anniversary of the R32, which means it's 20 years old, which means I'm getting really, really old. It's very much a reality check, because I bought my R32, my Mark IV R32, back in 2007, and now that car is 20 years old and worth about twice as much as it was back when I got mine. This year, instead of getting a cabin outside of the Fontana Village, I'm actually staying on the property, which is nice and not nice because I'm just crashing on a couch, and I haven't done that in probably like 10 or 12 years, so I'm sure I'm going to be in a lot of pain and be very miserable, which also shows my age as well. I'm excited. So the rest of the drive turned into more rain, debris on the road, and darkness. Not very exciting once I got in. I didn't even bother unloading, just met up with everybody, and then the next morning is finally when I unloaded and got ready to go for a quick rip down the tail before the safety briefing. The Lotus you're seeing belongs to my friend Augie. He also has a Mark IV R32, but he just got the Lotus, so he decided to bring it to show off. And we had to do the mandatory photo shoot at the Overlook.
See us. It's about a 45-minute trip for an ambulance to make it to the Dragon. And then depending on your condition, about a 45-minute trip via ambulance to the hospital or via helicopter. One's more expensive than the other.
And after he passed, it just, I don't know, really lit the fire with the rest of us to keep this going and make it the best event we can, and, you know, upping the production value with the sound system this year with the thanks to Euro tuning, and hopefully it makes a lot better experience for everybody. T-shirts and extra T-shirts that are left over, and we have some special Mark IV 20th anniversary shirts that we have limited quantities of. Those will be available after the sound off.
All right, we're going to some scenic road here with some bunch of Porsche guys, and obviously some R32s. Alright, so that was our morning stint. Like I said, I'm with a group of Porsches. This time we're behind an E36 M3. We just got lunch, and it's time to head back to Fontana down the same curvy roads. We saw a Flight for Life, which wasn't for us or anything to do with us. It was a guy that went down on a bike. Don't know his condition. Obviously, it's not the greatest if he left in a helicopter, which is a nice reminder to not go over your abilities as a rider or a driver on these roads, because it could go bad real quick. We had a spin out, as I mentioned, in our group, but no harm, no foul. Nobody got hurt, no damage to the car. So far, good cruise, a lot of good views. Camera's a little bit charged. Let's go. Alright, so last day of the trip. So far, it's been great. I'm glad I did all the little mini events. It is difficult to record because from my point of view, I'm just sitting in front of a steering wheel. You guys don't want to watch me sitting in front of a steering wheel. I'm sure there's many people that will do much better coverage of the actual event. I'm gonna go for a quick rip while everybody's still sleeping off the cabin crawl and the beer swap from last night while the roads are empty. And then after that, we got the parade hosted by our local YouTube star, Humble Mechanic. We might go on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and then it will be time to go home. Something I do want to say about this car, it holds its own really well. It's a bone stock Mark 6 Golf R, and I know that's a rarity, especially at an event like this, but it is bone stock. I just have a good tire on it. It just goes to show you don't need a well-prepped, hill climb type car to have a good time and go fast on these roads. Make sure you do it safely, because there's been a few offs. I think we had 2 or 3 offs that were part of our group, a couple that were not. So you could still get really stupid, and don't do that. best part of the road. So at about this point of editing this video, I realized that if I kept going with all the clips that I got, this video would be like an hour long. So to sum things up, after ripping it down the tail of the dragon by myself, I somehow overheated my brakes. Either I wasn't using that much brake, but maybe just from a whole weekend of abuse, they were just getting tired. So I had to let them cool off, went back to Fontana, met up with some guys, did some car washes, stuff like that, and then we finally went on and did what everybody's probably looking forward to the most, is the sound off. And this year the sound off was a little bit more special, solely because it was R32s only, or VR6s only. We got a lot of R32 music, and they did a pretty cool thing where they set them up in a 20 for the 20 years of the R32. It's a little bit on the somber side of things because right now we're driving the tail for the last time on this trip. But it's been awesome. This thing's done a great job. It's such a good car, honestly. If I don't do another send-off, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.